So on this episode of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, number 154, we had world famous photographer Chris Haltner, who I knew as the Beeve back from my high torque days, shooting photos for Dirt Bike Magazine and even some at Dirt Wheels. We get into the weeds about, man, everything from the Fox Terra Firma videos to what it takes for a couple of young kids to plow their way into the motorcycle industry, and have a listen. He is definitely a fun one. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I'm going to take a slurp of my drink real quick, and Matt's going to tell you what we do.
This is the show that talks about dirt bike products and dirt bikes and motorcycle related products.
You think you could get it? You think you could get it right? The show is brought to you by, is it 154?
154.
I thought it was 155.
Not 154.
We'd like to thank our sponsors right off the top of here on the show: Yamaha, Takamoto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech. Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah, it was.
Fasst
yours is just a lot louder.
Company, Seat Concepts, Bulletproof Designs. You can always support us because we don't do this for free, or at least I don't. I barely get out of bed for free anymore.
Yeah.
By going through our Amazon links or our Rocky Mountain MCATV links on our website. It's easy. There's a thing up in the thing, and then you push on the thing, and then it goes down, and then you click through that thing, and you get things. I want you to buy like big screen TVs, yard tractors, water beds. You can buy a water bed on. I don't think you can get it on Rocky Mountain, but you can get the water bed on Amazon, or a split unit air conditioner, which is something we need in here sometimes. But I'm too cheap to run it, even if I do have it mounted on the wall right there.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't that bad in here. Like, even when you got up and flicked on the AC.
Yeah, I'm sweating because I'm just hot. I mean, I am hot today.
Well, we did ride at like 104, 105. I
smoked you.
Okay. That's like trying to say Cooper Webb smoked like a weekend warrior. Maybe not to that extent, but
okay. Well, we were doing things that had nothing to do with the rider. We were comparing motorcycles. We were doing some motorcycle testing.
Yeah.
We were doing roll-ons and drag races.
Right.
I didn't smoke every time. I just throw that out there every time at anybody, no matter who they are.
Yeah.
Because I like to see the response.
Right.
Because it's kind of that asshole thing that I have going.
No, it works.
So welcome everybody. Hey, Mitch, good to see you. How come you didn't come by and ride the KLR? Actually, Matt can get you towards the KLR. I'd love to have you ride that thing. I know you made a comment the other day. Be really interesting. That was and not an by the way. That was an It was. I was. It's
stoked. Still a filler word.
I was stoked to see Mitch. We got to get that counter sponsored.
We do.
Mitch, I'd like to have you take some test rides on the KLR. That's the bike I was smoking Matt on most of the time.
Yes, you
Mark is right on time. He's barbecuing and sipping a cold one. I'm not. From Pacific Ocean, where it's only 75, freaking 100 and probably 106, 107.
It was hot. Yeah.
When we were riding, I didn't notice it.
No, when we were riding, but as soon as we stopped, I felt it.
So when I went through Death Valley the other day, I rode the KLR through the Valley of Death. Part of the testing, I like to test to the extremes.
Right.
I'll bet you it was 110, 112. I was saying 108, but that bike is so thrifty and cost affordable. It does not have a temperature gauge anywhere on it.
You don't need one.
No, you just know it's hot. It's hot or it's cold or whatever. It doesn't help you go to your adventure. You don't need to know the temperature at that instant in your adventure. If you really need to know the temperature, buy a cheap thermometer. So what we do on this show is we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle related products. And one motorcycle I'd like to talk to you about is the Yamaha YZ 4-strokes. For motocross riders driven to dominate, the Yamaha YZ line of 4-stroke bikes are built for victory. And we're going to find out how much victory, I think, this weekend at Paula.
I haven't watched Ironman, but I know who won. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes that stuff leaks out. It's so hard to be a fan late if you want. If you look at social, you just have to shut your social. I have to shut my emails down because I get all the race results from all the different manufacturers and stuff. So I just have to not look at anything. I was up in the mountains, so I didn't know anything. I came back. I rode. No, I kind of drove the KLR back here. And I came inside. I went right to the TV, went right to my, I I think I went to I went to Mav and I clicked on something and took me back to Flow Sports, or I don't know however the thing worked. I got there and I was able to watch the whole thing and I was happy. And then I could go look at my emails and
I
didn't even look at social.
Is the race worth watching even though I know who won?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you just actually, I don't think it was good as the week previous. I don't think it was good as Budds Creek.
Okay.
Some of the stuff that I saw at Budds Creek, the riding and the way that they were riding was just incredible.
Yeah, that was insane.
And I don't think that the Ironman track. Oh, we're talking about racing. Fuck that.
Shit. Yeah, I was about to say.
We're talking about it's worth watching. I mean, but but I saw guys doing stuff at Budds Creek. They were like landing in turns on the gas. They were landing in ruts. And what these guys are doing right now is amazing. And the top guys in the classes, I mean, all the top guys, actually, even the guys that are off the top are still hauling ass and riding incredible. So it's cool to see, and coming from a coaching and riding background to know and see what they're doing and just how much practice and technique it takes to get that level of confidence,
right?
Knowing your bike and knowing your setup. And, so we understand that stuff. We don't talk about it. There's better shows for that, way better shows than this if you want to talk about racing.
Although Eli Tomac has been on here.
He has been on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. That was the coolest mistake we ever had. He
rated. He was on our second ever Roosterendo.
Yeah. We didn't even know how Roosterendo worked. And he was nice. I think he was nice though, wasn't he? He was pretty nice.
He seemed stoked by, the lack of big budget. I think he was all for it because he was laughing. He seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah. I wish I knew which episode that was.
106, 105.
Yeah.
It was still really early when I started helping.
It was at the Alpine Stars Ride Day.
Yep.
It was just before the word broke that he had switched teams and stuff, and it was interesting because all of a sudden he was happier.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched his career evolve, and he's always seemed, he's not like now he's happy, and I'm kind of stoked to see him having a battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, I mean, like anytime you're in a championship battle, and this is hundreds of thousands of dollars, but for him, it's legacy. I don't think it matters. The money for him probably doesn't matter. It's legacy, and just, he wants to put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
And, to see that he's, I think he's fully committed to like, I want to be the best man. I want to win. And same thing with Chase. He's trying to upset a legend. So good racing. We don't talk about this, but
we don't talk about it. So
let other people talk about this. Let's see. Headed up to the cabin. Well, Mitch is going to head to cabin. I'm going to head to the cabin too. I'm going to head a lot of places. But if you want to ride the KLR anywhere, be my guest, because you're a great evaluator as a Honda XR 650L owner. You're the perfect candidate because you have something to compare it to. So Rick wants to know, what's up, roosters? Are we roosters?
I didn't see any chickens around here.
Okay. No chickens.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're watching this in some way, shape, or form, I beg you right now, because we're trying to grow a little bit, share it with a friend. Like, just say, you have a friend that asks you stupid questions. Let them ask those stupid questions to us.
So we can answer them. We
can answer some of them. 9 out of 10 without referring to the reference manual. The other one I make up.
Mm-hmm.
Or then if you really stump me, I go get an expert that knows these kind of things, and we find out the answer. I love tough questions. And I'm not stupid tough ones, but real tough ones. Like, hey, let's about. I'm still trying to learn. I'm really all the time. That's why I test things so much, because I enjoy the progress of learning, and I wonder why. Like when I'm testing something, like why manufacturers do this or why aftermarket does that. Mm-hmm. And we talked about the perfect motorcycle a couple weeks ago, and which doesn't exist. You have to make your own perfect motorcycle. And these are the kind of questions that I can help you with. But let me tell you a little bit about who we got coming on tonight. It's Chris Haltner, who was a photographer at High Torque. Is he chatted in yet?
Still not in.
Still not in. So he was a photographer back when I was growing up as a test rider. And the Beeve, as he was known at the time, was one of the best lensmen in the business. Still to this day, I think he was. And it a lot has to do with when we were kids doing this, we didn't know what we were doing. but we knew if we tried really hard, we would be able to keep moving forward.
Right. People seeing the effort, and also you just learn by doing.
And you learn by doing, and you make mistakes, and hopefully you learn from those mistakes. Most of the time we did. Some of the times we didn't, but you're young, and that's what you do.
Right.
And this is kind of where I wanted to go with him, and I guarantee you some good stories will come up because his memory is probably different than my memory because we remanufacture our memories. This is what humans do.
Yeah.
We remanufacture the memories a little bit, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what where this conversation takes us.
And I'm really interested to see.
He's become an adventure rider.
Oh, adventure guy now.
Yeah, he's an adventure guy. He's going to ride his motorcycle like in a few days. He's going to take off and ride up to Wyoming and go ride all over Idaho on he has a BMW 850, which he said BMW 850, and I said, "Oh God, I hate that bike." and then it was a really cool discussion. So,
do you rank it above or below the 690?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That's why I'm here.
It's another bike that goes on my, I just don't know what it's supposed to be list. It does everything okay, but kind of the way they market it and advertised it, and the reason that people are buying it is for the wrong reason. Same thing with the 690. If you're buying a 690, KTM 690 or a BMW 850 for the right reasons, I'm all for you. But I get you. I would bet you if I could talk to most of the owners of those bikes and talk to them for 15 minutes and have a really good discussion, they might be second guessing their decisions. Just because a lot of them, they haven't ridden a lot of bikes and they try to get one that did everything. And that's a tough thing.
Right.
And Mark Daniels just posted for the Baja fans out there. Coco from Coco's Corner passed away today. So
really?
The thousands and thousands of riders who have been to Coco's Corner, the old Coco's Corner, and now the new Coco's Corner, got relocated when they rebuilt the road. Godspeed, Coco. He was actually interesting story. So, a good friend of mine and Heather's, Jessica Jackson, who used to help us at our riding schools, her dad, Richard Jackson, was good buddies with Coco, and Coco used to be one of the guards at one of the hotels, and I don't know which hotel and thing, but he would go pre-run and just leave his kids, Jessica at the time, with Coco.
Oh, really?
At the security guard at the parking lot. Here, just take care of my kids. You go pre-run. I'm pretty sure that's a true story.
Yeah. See, I've never really been to Baja, but I know about Coco's Corner just from the Dust to Glory documentary.
Right. Yeah. You hear about that kind of stuff.
Right. So, I don't know as much about Baja as you would think for someone who has never been there and hangs around Baja 1000 winners.
It doesn't matter if Baja 1000 winners. They're all a bunch of ding dongs. Basically, I just picked the right year to ride it.
Right. So just because I don't really know your racing accolades, I forgot, did you win it once or multiple times?
Once.
Okay.
Only once. That's all you need to do is once, and you can say, hey, I'm a Baja. You can throw that shit around like it's nobody's. But I'll tell you why I'm semi-proud of it. I did it on a 2-man team. It was myself and Johnny Campbell, just the two of us. We beat a 3-man team, which was the Honda B team. But we also beat Ivan Stewart in his trophy truck. It wasn't a trophy. I think it was a trophy truck. I don't even know what they called them at the time. They didn't have that name yet. So, but we beat the trucks, which is hard to do. It's not an easy thing to do down there. And we were on an XR 600. I have a picture. Actually, there's a picture in here of an XR 600.
Yeah, I was waiting for these to come in.
Me dropping off a cliff on an XR 600 is really stupid, but Chris shot the photo, so we'll wait till we get to it there. So George wants to promote the KTM Adventure Rider Rally, which I will be at teaching classes. If you don't know, I run a riding school. It's called jimmylewisoffroad.com.
Oh, I think there's some online courses available there.
Online courses. We're going to be announcing our kind of fall winter schedule here in the next week or so in our newsletter. So go to our website, sign up for the newsletter. It keeps me semi-employed, keeps my wife off my back because she thinks that I actually have a real job. Because I have a website and it makes me look like I have a real job. And then I do this show, which makes it look like I have a real job and make crazy money on this show, which I do. That's why we like to thank all of our sponsors. Taco Moto is sponsoring our Rooster Endo segment. And if you're not familiar with that, Fully 46 says, any classes in Idaho? Interesting you ask, because that's where the KTM Adventure Rider Rally is. You can get a taste of our class there. But I was through Brian at Achirby's, we were kind of trying to set up some classes. And in the beginning, we had a whole bunch of flakes that nobody would commit to it. And then afterwards, when he started getting something set up, I got called back to remodel a bathroom because I have to prove to my wife that I have a job. So, no, we like to do our classes down here in beautiful Pahrump, Nevada, when it's cooler. So just book yourself a weekend. So we were close. We were very close to having some classes there, but it just didn't work out. Did you break something?
No. Chris has entered the meeting.
Let's get his video up. Is he going to do a video, or is he going to just be a voice? We don't know what he is. It's his name on the screen.
Yeah.
You figure that out.
Should be.
Oh, we got your voice, Chris. I can hear
should
you
be video.
Should be video.
I'm not getting the video here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fix your phone. Okay. So all you people on the Instagram, since it's instant, you're going to miss out on this part. But what you have to do is you need to go to either our YouTube page, Dirt Bike Test, or our Facebook page. We're streaming live there, or you can watch it, listen to it, watch it in our podcast, and we will catch you out on the trail. So by Instagram. And now. And I need to share that. That's what I do. And I can take this thing down.
Yeah.
So Chris Holtner, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you. I'm trying to think of the last time we actually physically saw each other. Can you remember?
Dude, no, I can't remember. It's been years and years.
I'm going to tell you where I think it was.
Okay.
You were down at Sheep Hills shooting a Fox BMX video.
That would have been either with Sean Palmer or Todd Lyons. But didn't you live like right above Sheep Hills?
Yeah, I lived right above there, and I think it was the brothers, the two brothers.
Oh, the Foster brothers.
Fosters, yeah. It was the day you were kind of doing some stuff with those dudes, and they had that French kid that he was kind of really hot on the BMX scene, but he was into dirt jumping, and he was just kind of breaking out, and he was there just shredding, and you were shooting with 8mm film.
16, buddy.
16. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know this. All I know is I knew just enough about the cameras to be dangerous.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about them.
But you made a living with them.
Sure. I was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Welcome to our world.
Yeah. I'm at that stage where I'm learning.
I hand Matt a camera. I put it at shutter priority. And I told him how to adjust the exposure to, based on whether you're front or backlit.
That's what I know.
That's some of that stuff.
Turn this dial to make it darker. Turn this dial to make it lighter.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's all you got to know. That's all you got to know.
So, Chris, when did you start at the High Torque Publications?
Oh man, I started at High Torque in 1988. I was, I had been contributing to any publication that I could contribute to since about 85, because I had to start figuring something out to get into races for free. Because in 1984, I had a friend call up the promoters for Supercross. I was trying to get in the San Diego Supercross, and I had a friend call up and say that I, put my name on the list because I was working for some newspaper in Poway. And they said, sure, come on down. We'll give you a pass. So I went down there, and Penny Nicolai, I don't know if you remember her, but she ran media relations for Supercross.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. Way long time ago. And I get up to the table to get my credential, and everybody in the industry is there. For some reason, I'm at the front of the line. So everybody's behind me. Everybody that I idolized and looked up to, and, photographers and everything in media was standing there. And Penny Nicolai looks up at me and she goes, oh, I called the Poway News Chieftain. They've never heard of you. I was like, oh shit. So I got kicked out, humiliated. Everybody was laughing at me. It was like, some of the guys are like, yeah, we've been there before.
Oh, hey, I was an editor at Cycle World, and I had that treatment. And then even when I moved over to Dirt Rider, I went up there and got that treatment because evidently 5 or 6 other photographers who I wasn't aware of also picked up press credentials for Dirt Rider magazine. And I was I had business cards that said I was the editor, editor in chief. I was the guy in charge. I'm like, oh no, you've already met your allotment. And I'm like, oh, I have 2 guys here. And they're like, no, you have 5. Look. And it was all the, there's some shenanigans getting into.
Oh, there's always shenanigans, but it happened again legitimately to me when I was working at MXA. We flew out to Budds Creek to go cover the National, and Jonathan Beasley's mother was running the gate, and she thought we were trying to pull some scam on her. And the thing is Motocross Action back in the day had promoters pay for our plane tickets. So Budds Creek actually flew us out there. So we were there on their dime, and Jonathan Beasley's mother wouldn't let us into the track because she thought we were trying to pull some scam. We even showed her a magazine with our names in it, and she's like, anybody can have those printed up. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, I know, and in my tour of all this stuff, I would be in the pits or at races and stuff, and I'd see these dudes, it's the same dudes that I known forever, known a lot of them. They don't do anything, and they get in, and they're not really in the industry. They have friends that are in the industry. They just know how to sneak in and get in, and they've got some and they have the best band or whatever it is. They're walking down on the floor at Supercross, and you're just like going, how did you? I mean, like you don't even have a camera.
I know. You know what? Even back in the day, there's always a ton of photographers at Supercross and at motocross races, and I had no idea who any of these people ever were, or who they were shooting for, or if their photos ever got published anywhere, or they just made up some lie and got in a race. We all kind of started out doing anyway. It was amazing to me, how, because it's a small industry. It was a small publication field,
Yeah. When you're in there week after week, you get to know everybody. So kind of back to your story.
Back to my story. So basically,
I remember that you got kind of found at an off-road race.
I didn't really get found. That may be a story that somebody told you, because what happened was after I got kicked out, I had to start looking for ways to get legitimate credentials. So I hooked up with San Diego Off-Roader, which was a small newspaper in San Diego. And they covered all kinds of races. They covered Baja, they covered Supercross, they covered motocross. And it was a way for me to get in. And the first race that I got credentialed for was the Carlsbad USGP in '85. And then that was my first cover. It was a black and white photo on the cover of San Diego Off-Roader of Ricky Johnson getting the hole shot when he was number 25, when he got that massive hole shot.
Nice.
At Carlsbad. So then from there, I hooked up with On Dirt magazine. Do you remember them?
Yes.
So I started contributing to them, and then I moved to Northern California to help my friend was a horse trainer. I moved up there to help him train horses and stuff. And from there, I got to go to Mammoth for the first time. I got to go to the Hollister USGP. I got to cover Hangtown. So my scope of covering races actually increased, and I was living up there, and I was about to become a horse photographer because nothing was happening for me in motocross. I was going to do horses full time. And then the day that I made that decision, it was right after the Hollister USGP. And I felt like for the first time that my photos were good enough to send a high torque. So hold on. One quick question. Okay. Did you ever get kicked out of a horse event? I never shot one. Oh. I actually had booked my first horse show. My friend that I was living with, they were influential in the horse business up there, and they got me a horse show that I was going to shoot and sell photos to all the people, all the participants. You can make a lot of money doing that. So since nothing was happening in motocross and I kind of had no options, I was about to do this full time. And the day I decided to sell all of my motocross photo equipment and buy medium format stuff to shoot horses, I had like the week before, I sent a package of photos down to I addressed it to Motocross Action and Dirt Bike. And apparently, and it was all shots from the Hollister USGP. I threw in some black and white 8x10s and a couple of sheets of slides. And apparently it was in Motocross Action's mailbox. And Ed Arnett, who was the editor of Dirt Bike at the time, was pissed at Jody. He saw my package in his mailbox and he stole it out of it. And then like later that week, he called me up and offered me a job. And I was like, oh shit. You know, it was like, that was for me, that was the dream job. So that was in 1988.
So that's when Eddie was the editor of Dirt Bike.
Yeah.
Before he started wearing stockings and quit wearing shoes right after the big B2B crash.
And I was, so I actually, since I was, I was working at a photo lab at the time, so I had no money. I bought a car. I bought the Hyundai.
Okay. We'll get into the Hyundai.
The blue Hyundai. Cause I needed something to get down there. Me and my friends stayed up all night, the night that I was moving down there, and partied and like didn't get any sleep at all. And then I got in my car at like 6 a.m. and drove all the way to the High Torque.
Like 405 and the 118.
No, this was all down the 5, man. This was like right down the middle of the state. This is like from Sacramento.
But the office was right. The office was right at 405 and 118. Yeah. It was that one on Mission. Was it Mission?
It was it was Sepulveda. Yeah,
Sepulveda Boulevard.
Yeah, it was on Sepulveda. Yeah, I drove straight there, like the full 8-hour nonstop. I was like stopping at gas stations and getting those caffeine pills. And by the time I got to High Torque, I was so looped out. It was like I'd been on meth for like 10 days and like no sleep. So, and I like have to go in and meet everybody. It was hairy, but I lived with Ed since I didn't have any money or any place to go. I lived with Ed.
This is such a typical story of back in the day. Like if you got a job at High Torque, what are you
going to do? You're moving from somewhere else. You got to live somewhere. And I had I didn't know anybody there. And so I lived with Ed Arnett, and this was in August. So I had from August until November when the B2V was to have like normal Ed. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he was pretty cool. He was a little intense. He was, pretty, he was always pretty fired up and hyper. And he had crashed a few times. So he'd taken some hits to his body for sure. And maybe a few to the head. And then we went to Barstow to Vegas and then he crashed and got a severe brain injury. And,
I rode that. I was in that race. Yeah, there was a bunch of us on 125s. It was Eric Halgath and Ed Arnett and myself, and like we like literally were going for the overall, which is really stupid. Like that's a really really fast desert race, but it was like how close can you get to overalling it? There was somebody back in 74 that got like 5th overall or 6th overall on a C class bike, and I didn't think I could beat those guys like straight up, but they usually crashed out, which you have to ride the 125 kind of over the edge. But yeah, I remember when I heard Eddie was doing it on a 125 and he said he was going to overall it. And then Halgath said, I'm going to beat Ed. I knew it. I'm like, well, I'm going to try to win the 125 class.
You have overall off-road races on a 125, haven't you?
Yeah. The Laughlin Hare Scrambles is the only one. Ed, that was the only desert race one.
You were Ed's hero for that. He admired you for that. He that's why he made that his goal. He wanted to win an overall on a 125, which is probably a really stupid idea. It
is. Halgath had done it in the district before. It's a tough feat. It can't be done anymore because back then suspension was so crappy. That was your limiting factor in speed. So if you had really good suspension on a 125, you could go as fast as a guy in a 500 because you could, go across the valleys pretty good. But
yeah.
Okay. So you're at High Torque now. And I remember I just remember you showed up like, did you shoot me very first time on a quad? Do you remember?
So my job at High Torque was staff photographer for all the magazines. So I was shooting for Dirt Wheels. I was shooting for 3 and 4. I was shooting for Dirt Bike. I was Motocross Action, Mountain Bike Action, and BMX Plus. So I shot everything for everybody. So yeah, chances are the first time we shot together.
Did you shoot with Hoyt?
I shot with Hoyt a bunch.
That was probably where I met you, on a shoot with Hoyt, and
probably.
Okay. Here's what I remember. I'm drawing back into the memory. He goes, hey, because Hoyt kind of taught me everything I needed to know about photo modeling, which was you need to look good for 1/500th of a second. The beginning and the end of that doesn't matter. And that made a big impression on me because I'd watched all the guys do it before, and I thought you had to be fast or whatever. But when Hoyt told me that, you need to do it the same thing over and over, because I suck with the camera, and it'll make it easier for me to get it right. And so I just do the same stupid thing in the same spot over and over and over again, until he told me, okay, good, move to the next, let's do the next stupid thing. And so I think one time Hoyt showed up with the new kid, and he's like, he's going to shoot you. He's way better than me. Just do the same thing. And it's typical, it's typical High Torque when they would bring a new staffer on, you're like the lowest guy in the totem pole. Your job is to do their job for them.
See, that's the thing people don't realize about magazine guys. They're fucking lazy. They're all lazy. That's why contributors, you could do well as a contributor back then, because the magazine guys just want, they have to fill all these pages, and they don't want to do it themselves because it's a lot of work. So whenever they can find a good contributor that's reliable and will do the work, they love them. Yeah. They'll give them all the work they could ever need.
Welcome to the current state of the internet, which the internet just needs a bunch of contributors. The internet ruined motorcycle journalism and my life in general.
Oh, digital ruined everything. Digital everything ruined everything.
Yeah. So you know how the older people, the people that are older than us, they walked uphill in the snow to get to work every day to go to school, both ways uphill in the snow. And then when it was 120 degrees, the other times they had to walk there uphill both ways. Mm-hmm. Well, now it's like, oh, dude, you kids have it. You just do digital. We had to use like film, and we had to write with a pencil, and we had to type on a typewriter and use correction fluid. Like that's our thing. Like imagine like you tell somebody that you tell a kid now, I walked uphill both ways, and they go, okay. I'm like, yeah.
When I first started at a High Torque, they were typing stuff on a typewriter. They just switched over to computers, but they had word processing programs on the computers that they would take a disc and they'd give it to the copywriting people, and they would put it in a machine, and it would print it out the way it was going to look in the magazine. And they'd literally cut it out and paste it to boards.
Yeah.
And then those boards were photographed. And then that's what your magazine page looked like.
Yeah.
So they were literally doing cut and paste magazines when I first started there. That's
when I was an intern. When I interned at Dirt Bike, that's kind of they were just starting to get into the digital layout, but they were still doing it with, cutting all the pages out and stuff. So I think, you probably shot me for the first time on quads. And then when I got to switch over, I think when I really got to do stuff at Dirt Bike was after I volunteered to work for free, which meant I was an intern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I put my month and a half to, it was kind of summer or whatever, but I was able to do an internship. I remember Roland scoffed at my $46 expense check. And, which you can probably tell a lot of stories about that, but I did my internship. And then since I learned all the inside secrets, and I figured out, hey, if I just make myself available and I can do a little bit of this and I could do their job a little bit more for them, I'd get on the photos. And I think that's when we really started hooking up and doing a lot of photo shoots. Cause I don't even know what year that was, when exactly that was, but I want to say it was like 89, 80.
I think we started 89, probably probably 89. I think.
Yeah. And it was so cool because I learned, Chris, I learned he just wanted to get it done as quick as possible. And he would say, can you do something there? And he'd point where the light was good. And I go, yeah. And then I would just, and the term didn't exist back then, send it. And since I had an appreciation for BMX and I knew that he was also shooting BMX, I'm like, hey, what are the BMX guys doing? He's like, can. Do you remember the can-cans photos?
Oh, heck yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Can you do a can-can? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm sure hell's going to try. It's like everything you're doing. I think because it didn't pay any different whether Chris got a cover shot or not. But for me, it made a big difference. I was going to get.
Well, I'm sure you were making money anytime you got
every single piece of gear, sticker, whatever that was on my body. And it didn't start this way. I had to build up to it. I had to make deals, but anything I was doing was getting. It was money coming back in. And so I knew if I got to, it was funny because I'd go shoot out with like Tolson. I go shoot with Tolson or Joe, Papa Joe. And then it worked to Lawson or whoever. If I knew I was shooting with one of those other guys, I knew I wasn't going to get the cover. I had to go with Chris. I had to go with the Beeve. And so it was like, hey, we're going to do YZ250 at Paris. And it was okay, that's a hot bike. Everybody likes that. So we would meet someplace because at the time you started living in Camarillo or something. So it was easy for us to carpool.
Yeah. So I just gotten married. So this was in 90. I just got married and we were living in Camarillo. So then that was like an hour away from High Torque, which was an hour and a half away from any motocross track. So basically we'd spend all day on the road.
Yeah. Or we get up early.
Yeah, real early.
So that was probably the other lattice of coincidence that sort of allowed us to work together because I could manage to get the bike and I could get the bike out and I had a track. I had tracks and trails and all this stuff at my house. And then that way you didn't have to drive all the way in. We could just go shoot it. And it was a good day for you because you could do work.
Oh, it was way better. Yeah, it was way better shooting at your place and in places around Somas and up in the hills around there because it looked better. The weather was better. And we could bang it out real quick and get good stuff.
And I had this misillusion that I was just such a great photo model that's what it was. But now I'm realizing that it was convenience for the photographer.
Dude. No, it's not. See, that's the thing. So the convenience is the thing because who wants to drive for 5 hours to shoot a photo?
Right.
Which is what I had to do normally anyway. So if I could drive a half hour to shoot a photo, it was way better. But you were actually probably you and Larry Brooks, I think at the time were my two favorite photo models because you guys understood what you had to do to get good photos. Yeah. And it was easy to communicate with you what I wanted you to do so that we could get good photos.
Yeah. Cause you can do a lot of really cool stuff in the wrong location or
all you need is a little bit of scenery and a mound of dirt, maybe, or some soft dirt, maybe, or some powder, maybe.
How about a guy with a shovel that's going to huck a load of dirt at you while you're in the air?
Everybody hated that trick. I love that trick. I thought it was awesome because it made you look like you were exploding out of dirt.
We used it a couple times. We used to
get bagged on. Yeah, we used it a few times. We used to get bagged on that.
Yeah. So
nobody else, like all the other magazine guys, oh, that's cheating. It's like, yeah, but it looks cool.
Nobody knew. There were so many little tricks that we used to do. Like you'd literally set up everything was so set up and staged. Like I said, it's not video. It's 1/500 of a second. So nobody knows what you're doing before or after. And like generally after involved a crash. And you gave me some really good sequences on the film of me, like the after effect, the bitchin' shot, and then the front end tucking, and then me going over the handlebars and the bike landing on top of me. And you were one of the people that would actually, you didn't put the camera down. Like when I started.
No. You keep it going. You're rolling.
Yeah. So when I used to do stuff with Kenny Jones all the time, Kenny, I think probably more because he was just such a rider. When he started seeing the crash, he would stop shooting and put the camera down because he's already running over to pick my sorry ass up.
Well, that's it. I mean, I never like went out of my way to shoot crash photos because I feel kind of the same way. I didn't want to see anybody get hurt, and I didn't, crash photos. That's not what
crash and burned.
Yeah, like Steve Casper, like that was his whole life. And
well, Crash and Burn paid extra, right?
Yeah, well, I guess for him, but I wasn't about, I didn't want anybody to get hurt. So, but if you're going to crash in front of me, I'm going to shoot it. You don't waste a good crisis.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's already happening. You can't stop it at that point. So why not?
Ride it out.
Yeah, ride it out.
Well, hey, that's something I got down then.
Well, you got crash videos, crash photos,
crash photos of you,
of me. Where?
Yeah. KLX 230.
Oh, that wasn't really a crash.
Area.
That wasn't even a crash. No, crash is like
oh, we're talking serious shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can lay it over and stuff like that. That's normal. But no, that we ate shit. There was some times when, like, I ate shit. I mean, I try to do stupid stuff. So
actually, one time we were shooting with Shane Trittler, and it was like a Friday, and he was supposed to race Anaheim Supercross that weekend or something, and we were shooting him on I think it was an RM125, and he was doing this jump, and he forgot to pull the clutch in midair, and he stalled the bike, and he crashed, and he broke his leg. And it was like, that was the first time anybody had like broken a bone on a shoot with me. And I was really bummed about that.
Yeah. I almost visited Shane the other day. He has an off-road UTV rental business out in the desert. And I rode right by it, and I thought I should go there. But like if you show up at Shane's place, you might have to party. Yeah. And I was like, I kind of had a mission to get back here and watch some motocross on TV. But hey, I'm going to hold. You can see the screen, right, Chris? You can see where we're at.
Yeah, I can see you guys. Yeah,
I'm going to hold some stuff up because I went in my attic. Most people are scared to go in their attic because it has bad memories. Mm-hmm. My attic is full of like super awesome, good memories.
By attic, do you mean the entire house? An entire house?
No, the attic is the upstairs on the shop. Like,
oh, that attic.
Yeah, that's the attic. Okay. Essentially. No, up here, I don't know what's up here. I've never been there. There might be creepies up there.
Right.
But like this was one of the best cover photos. And it was Jean-Michel Bale's CR500 that he just won the USGP on. So you can hold that up. I got to figure out which camera we're pointing at.
Camera 3.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
So that was I mean, and then there's lots of photos inside, but that was super. That photo when you blew it up was so bitchin', and they zoomed in on it for the reason of a cover. But,
yeah. No, I always shot pretty tight, so that's pretty much full frame, I would say.
Oh, okay. I saw one that you showed me of that was like it was probably maybe it wasn't this photo particularly.
It might not have been. Yeah, might not have been that exact photo, but.
Yeah, just the roost coming off that thing, and it's funny when you read the little blurb on the cover. They called you Chris Hultner dad on that one because I think you just had a kid.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, how old's the kid now?
Oh, 30?
Oh, Jesus H. Christ!
Wow,
I know we're getting
that's older than me.
Old.
No, I'm not old. I'm a kid. I still rage, right? Chris. I still have both of my real knees. My wrist.
That's rare. Do you have how about your collarbones? You got to have broken collarbones.
Oh yeah. There's some lumps there. I have a hard time with the seatbelt sometimes in the car. But no, pretty good thing. Hey, this is one of the, I would call it one of the most rad photos. I'll hold this one up. Check this out.
We used to do that kind of stuff all the time. That looks like Paris.
Yeah, it was Paris.
Yeah. I remember that's why I liked it. You could do that kind of stuff.
This was super rad back in the day. This was almost this is almost Axel Hodges shit.
Really? Because it's still rad, just not Axel Hodges level, but still rad.
Back then,
no, if we had YouTube back then, dude, we would be blowing it up.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
for sure.
I remember when I first heard of YouTube, like you can upload a video of anything and put it on the internets. And it was like, I'm like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Who would want to do that?
Oh man. I thought it was stupid for about 6 years. And then now that's all we do is like, hey, YouTube it. Yeah. Okay, great. So,
YouTube.
Am I jumping off the back of a berm here? Like what stupidity would have caused
that? Had to have been a hip.
Yeah, I
like
don't
the corner of a jump that had to have been a hip.
Yeah, because then that's the other thing is you think like, when would you ever do that? Never on the track.
No, never. You can't do that on the track.
You don't do anything on a track or anything like that.
And it was probably we were only like 4 or 5 feet off the ground, not very high.
No, but it looks pretty rad.
But it looks rad. Yeah,
it looks rad. Here's another one. I'm going to call you up. And this you probably don't know much about this because I'm sure why would you waste your time watching this? This is a Husaberg. Yeah. And if you're familiar with Husabergs, in my world, you got the bell mat.
Yeah.
This is not a 570. I don't know what this is. I think a 501. I'm trying to get it so the lights don't jack it all up. But this is an original, like this is a Swedish made motherfucking Husaberg 501 badass bike. And this is shot, I'm sure it's behind my house.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any camera tilt in that.
No, probably not.
And I'm probably just like, hey, I'm going to ride down this stupid cliff, shoot some photos. And you're like, yeah, the light works. Let's go.
That's because we weren't scared of shit back then.
No. How are you going to get hurt? No, not really.
Well, maybe not.
This is when Honda went to that new colored plastic.
Oh, the Day-Glo plastic.
The Day-Glo plastic, which was outrageous at the time. And so think about this. I got to go find the thing. I can't even figure out what I'm pointing at. I aim it down so it gets good. So it obviously had rained like crazy, and you're going to an intro. And I don't know, we didn't really do group intros back then because every magazine hated every other magazine.
Yeah, so we would go out there with like, all the Honda techs and everything, and they would just be like one magazine at a time.
Yeah.
And then we'd go out and get their bike all muddy.
Well, I think we had crazy ass rain on this one.
Yeah, for once.
And it was like, what are we going to do? Because the bike's going to get ruined in one photo. And you're like, hey, go hit this and just get crazy. And that's what I did.
Yeah, we did that like over and over again until it was like completely muddied out. But I thought it looked cool. I love mud shots. I love,
but we got it. We got it. And I mean, the bike's still clean there. So obviously we got it like, first or second or third shot or something like that. But that was kind of things. Hey, check this one out. And everybody wonders where I get my affection for weird bikes.
What is that? A WR? Or is it?
Oh, what is it? Come on,
ATK?
Chris. What is it?
Oh, that's an ATK.
ATK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those things. They were cool, man.
Yeah. ATK.
Horst is a badass. Yeah. I rode what was it? The 601. That thing was pretty good.
Yes, I don't know. There were the 540s, and they had so many different ones.
Yeah,
but they did a big.
Horse was a madman.
Yeah, and it had the counter shaft brake.
Yeah, that thing was weird.
Had PDS, basically had PDS suspension before there was PDS, and
your chain had to be like 6 feet long.
Yeah, because it had the chain torque eliminator.
Because it had the chain torque thing.
I think I was scared to death in this motorcycle because it was so heavy and so big, and I was probably all of 145 pounds at the time. It's probably trying to throw me off the motorcycle right now, but you got it.
Yeah, you look a little out of shape in that one.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
But it obviously made, if it's blown up like that, it made a spread in dirt bike pages 28 and 29. That's up in the front. That was a big deal.
So how did you get all these? These are all proofs from the art department. How did you get them?
Chris, did you steal the proofs? Because I think we could sell those and make some money. Did the test rider pay you for those?
I should have sold them.
You did. You sold my soul. Hey, look at this one.
We hardly ever got those things. Oh, yeah.
Quads. Is that the ranch at Somas? This is me.
I'm not sure I shot that.
You sure?
That might have been Ketchup or somebody, or maybe even Hoyt.
This is probably like done on a Sunday afternoon. And
is that a Cub?
There's a Honda Cub.
Oh yeah.
And my dog is chasing me at the time, and I think it was probably something that had to be done immediately. You probably brought the bike out in the trunk of the Hyundai, and we shot this like next to my pile of firewood. And it was like took at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, Jimmy Lewis firewood business.
And then we were done. One and done. So, what other crap do I have in here? I have some other good ones.
Actually, we put a little more effort into the Cub and motocross action. We had somebody was jumping it. It was pretty funny.
Dude, I have a whip photo from Langtown on a Cub where that thing it's beyond upside down. And that was before anybody ever was doing that stuff. And I don't know how the hell I could take the shittiest, worst bikes ever and do cool stuff on them.
No shit.
You give me a YZ250 and this is all you're going to get out of me. You know, it was nothing cool, but you give me like a Husaberg or a Cub or did you shoot me in that Honda? What was that thing before there was UTVs? That Honda?
Oh, the Honda Pilot.
Did you shoot me when I shot it straight up in the air and I outdid Brad Johnson for the photos?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. And then we took those things out to Glamis too and rolled them all over the place. And Honda was pissed at us.
Right. So I took the Honda Pilot at my house and we just started smacking into this wall and it would shoot straight up and down and it would land on the engine cover or the engine protector on the back. It wouldn't even land on its wheels. But then the momentum would actually it wouldn't roll back over. And I did it and it was this shit was exploding and it was all crazy and it dented the frame without we never quote crashed it. And I remember Brand was just pissed because he was the
he was
dirt
getting
wheels.
shown up. Yeah.
Yeah. He was. I didn't know what I was doing. It's just like, hey, he's the older guy. And I got to outdo him if I want to get the photo.
Yeah. So, you got to send it.
Yeah. Hey, more Husaberg photos. I want to hold up one other thing. You did not shoot this, but this is back in your era. Joe Kosh shot this one. This is one of my favorites.
I remember that shoot. For some reason, I didn't go on that shoot. And I was kind of bummed because
tell them what happened with this cover.
I don't remember what happened with it.
Best selling issue of Dirt Bike.
Oh, really?
For years. It outsold.
Oh my God.
The cover sales on this were insane. And Roland kept beating on you guys to try to get something else like this. And I can only imagine not knowing, I didn't go to editorial meetings. I only went to one and I got kicked out. But I could only imagine, this was so stupid because I don't even know. Joe told me about this story and hey, I have this crazy idea. I can hang an XR200, one of my personal bikes, off of a cliff with a winch on a truck. And then we could do this photo because he told me about this story they're doing, the craziest, scariest, dumbest things I ever did.
Yeah.
And this had nothing to do with anything I ever did, but we made a photo of it and I got on the cover. I got a lot of money.
I bet, dude.
That was a good payday.
So wait, this is that bike's being hung there?
Yeah.
It's being hung by a cable and a hook. Yeah. There's like a hook through the front tire and a cable.
Yeah, you can see the cable. Look at it, man. You can see the cable.
I was about to ask.
That was before Photoshop. We didn't know how to take things like that out.
Oh, you can even see it wrapped around.
Yeah, we didn't try to hide it. I don't even know if I had a story. I don't even know if I told a story in that even went along with it, but
wow.
I didn't know that was the best-selling cover of all time, but it explains a lot because we had I did a shoot with Shane Trittler and he was kind of flying off the bike like that too. And Roland just went crazy for it. Loved it. Just loved the photo. Thought he was going to get another big payday out of it or something. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Cause cover sales, it was all about cover sales. I used to bring that into Dirt Rider magazine all the time. And I said, look, I don't really want to manufacture falseness, but this tracked really good. And our cover sales guys could go back in some records and look and see it. And they're like, oh, wow. Oh, and I have no idea, but yeah, it's, but it was, back, you were on the masthead back then. So you were around at that particular time, but good times. I remember I didn't know what a Hyundai was. And coming from a guy who's I had Nissan trucks and things. Hyundai, it comes from Korea, right?
Mm-hmm. So they were brand new, in '87. They just came to America and they were great because it was the world's cheapest car. I remember I bought mine for $59.95, and it was brand new. But I think I got shafted on it because I think it got crashed because the front end always felt by the front headlight.
It vibrated on any freeway with the grooves in it.
Yeah, and it felt kind of smushy by the headlight on one side. And I was like, it cracked or whatever. But I mean, that thing lasted for like 145,000 miles and probably did more off-road miles than most lifted trucks in SoCal.
Oh yeah.
So I beat the shit out of that thing for sure.
You rode the wheels off of that thing for sure.
I did.
And I remember because we'd meet someplace, we'd always meet and then we'd have to go to like Paris or Dianza, or we would go to, where else do we always end up going? Every once in a while we'd have to go up like to Gorman or to Bean Canyon or something like that.
Big Bear or whatever. Yeah. We'd meet in the desert and drive up to Big Bear.
Because my Nissan got like 20 miles the gallon. I don't know what that car got at the time, but it was like way better.
Gas mileage. Yeah.
Yeah. It got way better. And I was just scared every time we got into it because it felt like it was going to fall apart. And I didn't know what a Hyundai was. And I, at this point you're driving so far away from home. It just seemed like, where am I going? Like, and what happens, what happens if it breaks? These are like these questions. And I used to just go, what, can you get parts for this thing? And we raged that thing all over SoCal.
Dude, that thing, I remember one time I covered a mountain bike race. It was called the Desert to the Sea or something like that. And I had to drive over the pass, and it was a Jeep trail. It said, do not attempt in anything other than a Jeep. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I can do this. And I did the whole thing. I went over this mountain and came down in like Capistrano or something. I don't remember where it was. And people were just like blown away that my Hyundai could make this Jeep trail. And it was gnarly. It was a gnarly trail, but man, we beasted that thing. I didn't
even know there were Hyundai dealers. Like I didn't even know there was that guy. I was, where did this come from?
They're in poor neighborhoods back then. They were poor neighborhoods because they were cheap cars.
So awesome times during the high torque years. I'm literally working on the book Monkey Butt 2.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It kind of starts where it basically
where Hunter leaves off.
Well, it actually, in my story, it starts when I was at the editorial meeting where I almost got kicked out. And Rick was the one that stood up for me. Rick was the senior editor at Dirt Bike at the time. And Rick, I didn't even know who knew who I was. And he like told Roland, is like, no, let this kid stay. He's working for free and you have no idea who he is. I was a desert racer at the time. And that's what made me a big deal in Rick's mind. But I'd raced with his son. I'd raced against his son a lot. So I guess he remembered or knew who I was, which was kind of an interesting thing. But then, so you were there until when? I
was there until 96.
Okay.
And then I went to work at Fox making the Terra Firma movies.
Right. And that was right around the time that Krusty and the Moto XXX videos were coming out. And I remember that's when I'd run into you with your film camera, and either you'd be because I was working at 96, I was at Cycle World. And so we would every once in a while be at certain little races and I'd see you there or see you you'd be shooting for MXA at the bike intros and stuff. Cause they started doing a little more group intros on when they had a new bike. And then I'd see you at Sheep Hills. And I'd be down there with cause I knew all those guys cause I jumped bikes with them. And when I mean I jump bikes with them, like I would just be there when they were jumping bikes.
Okay. So your recollection is wrong.
Oh,
the last time, I think one of the last times we saw it. Okay. So the last time we saw each other, you were racing for BMW already and I was at your house or something.
Okay.
And I know, but before that, I was at your house because Racer X we were starting Racer X as a magazine, and I was at your house because we were doing photos for that backyard thing where you were riding the ramp on your XR on your Mini.
No, my CR60.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost pulled that cover out. It was in this box with these same photos in there. The back. Yeah. But did you shoot that or did Scott Hoffman shoot that?
No, I think I don't remember.
Yeah.
Scott might have shot it, but I was there when you were doing like a backyard race or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, we called it backyard barbecue and Racer X the paper.
Right.
This
Racetrack's
was
the
just
paper.
before it turned into a magazine.
Yeah, there was a picture of me on a CR60 on the half pipe, and
Yeah.
I was doing air. I had a tombstone. I would air off the tombstone and drop back into the half pipe because you shot Carrie Day.
No, I didn't shoot Carrie Day. I think I shot you there. I think I did shoot that.
No, but you shot Carrie Day on the RM80. First, I think
No, for the BMX Plus one.
Yeah,
because I didn't shoot him. John Carr shot that.
Oh, John Carr shot that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that, and I'm like, screw that dude. I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
The attitude.
Totally
the attitude back then. Yeah.
It was hard though. It was hard to
suspension really sucks because it shoots you. Everybody doesn't understand this. When you go through the transition, you've got to let it settle back out because if you come off with suspension, it shoots you back into the half pipe. I mean,
you almost have to do it. You almost have to lock it out.
Yeah,
you almost have to lock out your suspension.
No, you have to go higher up on the vert, so the rebound comes all the way out. So when you take off, you're not rebounding into the thing. And like when I was doing it off of the tombstone. So I started by doing it off the coping and landing on the tombstone, which was high, and then half the time, if it was going to shoot me like in, I could come off the bike and stick it to the wall and at least shoot off the ramp and then try not to hit my house. So I've been practicing this for a long time, and I remember Davey came over. We watched some old school motorcycle videos. I don't know what we watched. We watched a couple, and we had barbecue. And I said, hey, anybody want to ride a motorcycle on the half pipe? Because it was in my backyard, and that's where that started. So yeah, I have that issue. But so you were shooting for them too? Yeah,
well, I actually helped start Racer X as a magazine, and I shot the first couple of covers, I think.
Got it.
So I was there. I worked for Racer X for 6 months. I set up all the publishing and stuff for it, and then I shot photos for it and wrote stories, and then moved on to my own thing.
Right. That was back in the, I'm trying to remember all the different things that were going on at that time. Cause I was in a pretty cozy place at Cycle World. I never should have left that job where I had to produce 1.5 pages a month.
I often think about things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the internet came, and then it ruined everything. And I took a job at Dirt Rider, and I had to manage people, and people told me where I should go and all the other stuff. So good times. Hey, we are going to take a quick little commercial break. Chris, would you like to stick around for the next segment that we call Rooster Endo? I briefly mentioned this to you.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. So Rooster Endo is a segment where we have Rooster Endos, right, Matt?
Yeah. We have 4 submissions today.
4. Okay. So people send us a picture of their bike, and we tell them what we think of it. It's usually pretty fun. Maybe we can dive into some more crazy ass stories, but hang out. We're going to run through some commercial breaks here and get on to the second half of the show.
Have you ever seen any one of my bikes? They all have flex handlebars on them. What are those, Jimmy? Well, Fasst Company, that's www.fastco.com, makes the flex handlebar, and it's essentially suspension built into your handlebars. They make bad forks good. They absorb impacts like you wouldn't believe, and they're really tough. And I've been running them for over 20 years, and I don't think I've ever bent a set. And if I have, I forgot about it. It was a long time ago. So these are American-made products, and until you run them, you won't realize how good they are. The reason this works is the flex handlebar is stiff laterally through the steering path, but allows it to be forgiving from the load path without sacrificing control or input. This means it basically dampens the forces that you don't want, and it doesn't affect the forces you do want. So it steers properly and takes the pain out of your wrists. So if you're looking for good feel in your handlebars without suffering from catastrophic impacts or complaining that your forks are too harsh, the flex handlebar is the solution. They make other products like the spoke torque wrench, impact pegs, really trick brake clevis and brake spring kits, and clicker adjusters. So if you're looking to get some of this stuff, check out www.fastco.com. That's spelled FASSTCO.com. Fasst.com. Remember, 2 S's in Fasst.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto co-branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Since 2009, Seat Concepts has been dedicated to making the best aftermarket seats. More comfort, more grip, more riding. For 10 years, we've continued to raise the bar. Innovation and American craftsmanship make Seat Concepts the world-leading manufacturer of power sports seats.
Okay, we are back. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports. Still really stoked on those amplified lenses. I am literally blown away. They've had them for a while, and I wish I would have known this. But Climb, I did not wear Climb gear today. Did you like my little Climb read that I did on the dry lake bed?
That was really good, actually. I really liked it because it felt organic, and it felt very real for KLR riders. I
was telling KLR riders how they couldn't trust me if I wore Climb, and that's why I wore my worn out work pants and my hiking boots, and my my jersey that looks like a sheriff's jersey.
It does.
Iron Horseman was the company that made that jersey, and I told them how they could buy used Climb gear, which supports everybody by doing that. DDC, our first sponsor, they make awesome sprockets, Trail Tech, Voyager GPS units, Fasst Company flex handlebars. Hey, we had a question about flex handlebars.
Oh, you sent it to me, huh?
Yeah, no, somebody else. Trevor did. Trevor sent it to you. Somebody wanted to know. Actually, it was Tim from Inside Line Moto. Thanks to Inside Line Moto, they actually listen to this while they're working on dirt bikes in their shop down in I think they're in Anaheim. They're down in Orange County for sure.
Yeah, down at SoCal.
On Catella. Yeah, they're on Catella. If you need a good, reputable mechanic, these guys are super honest, really good guys. He had asked, Tim says, hey, what elastomers do you run on your e-bike? Well, that was loud. On your flex handlebars on your e-bike. And I am running the red ones currently. And the funny thing is those ones are a little bit smaller, the ones on my dirt bikes, because the dirt bikes, I don't notice a difference between summer and winter. But boy, do I on my mountain bike. And I upgraded the stiffness of the elastomer on the mountain bike when the temperature went up above like 90 degrees. So just so you know, so I'm running the red ones. If you think the motorcycle flex bars are good, try the mountain bike ones. If you have a mountain bike, whether it's e-bike or anything, just go for it. Seat Concepts. We had no callers on the Seat Concepts hot seat hotline. And you don't know this, but we were going to give away a free seat to the first caller on that hotline tonight.
We kind of forgot to mention that.
I know, but I just wanted to see if it was going to happen. But that's what you get for not calling into the Seat Concepts hot seat hotline.
To be fair, we do have someone on the line as well.
Can I call now?
No, you're on a different connection.
Yeah.
Hey, and last but not least, Bulletproof Designs. I tested the crap out of some Bulletproof Design stuff on a 6-day ride in a state that I mentioned last time, but I'm not going to mention tonight, where I went and did some really awesome trail riding, which included bashing through rocks. And I did not have a front disc protector. I had the little things on the bottom of my forks, little fork guards, which I brought in last week as my product of the week.
Yep.
I did not bring a product of the week in this week because I forgot, because I was getting those other photos. Blame it on me. But Bulletproof Designs, some awesome stuff. So don't forget to go to jimmylewisoffroad.com and select online courses. If you have a beginner rider, we can help them out. And in the near future, we will have new videos for all levels of riders to make you a better rider.
As well as the ability to get online coaching.
And George says, the last time I tried a phone in, you hung up on me. Well, that's because you sounded like you were in a toilet when you called.
It was bad, George.
It was bad. And you thought you were going to try to win something. And I know how you are about winning things. So that's all good. Good to see Victor there. Hey, Victor's going to come up and help me hammer together some roof rafters this weekend, I heard. He's going to help me on my other job. The other job that I have, that's not the one where I sell myself on Grindr. Right. Somebody else needs to manage this stuff. So, okay. Hey, welcome back to the show, Chris Holtner.
Hey, I just want to qualify one thing though, with all those photos that you have from the magazine. Basically those were proofs. Those came back from the scanner, at the size that they were going to run in the magazine, and they're on this like really good paper. And only occasionally would the art department like give those out to the magazines, to the different magazines.
Right.
But a lot of times we had to go in the art department and steal them because they were just cool. So
hey,
they are stolen. They are stolen.
Yes, they're borrowed indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Last week on the show, I talked about how Dirt Rider Magazine, the owners of Dirt Rider Magazine, when I was there, sold the entire archives.
Wow.
They for like literally, I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say it was sub $100,000.
Wow.
For the entire archives of, this is going back to the inception of the magazine. I don't remember it was just, we were just informed that all of a sudden that our archives, because they were really working hard to get them organized. They had a lot of our staff working on organizing them, and they got organized. Then they got moved off site, and we thought we were organizing them so that there was going to be a librarian that would be able to get us stuff if we needed it. Organized, moved off site, then sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give to go to High Torque and like just go through all the photo files.
Yeah. Imagine, all the stuff. And Cycle World had this incredible library. That one was deep, because I used to have an office when I very first started there. My office was in a corner of the library, and I didn't have it. My job was to go pick up and deliver motorcycles, keep the shop clean, and make sure I was there kind of during business hours. And so I would go test a bike and I have my story done in like an hour. That was my entire job for the month. And I just sit in this library and I just go look at these like Daytona 500s from the 1960s and motocross tests of CZs and Bull Tacos, the stuff that was in there, stacks of there was a file on Kenny Roberts, just the most incredible stuff, and legends and heroes and all the stuff that was in there. I have no idea where this stuff went to, because
I know.
Some of these same companies, they you get an owner and all of a sudden it's like, how much is it worth? $200,000. That's off the bottom line that I have to, my books. Okay, good. It's sold. And where that stuff ends up. Cause I know there's people in the motorcycle industry that are, I know Davey Coombs had bought up a fair amount of Rick Simon stuff, which Rick, I'm sure somehow before he knew he was leaving, he walked out with milk crates.
As one does.
Yeah, you probably should, because you're not getting paid what you're worth.
No.
And, oh man, that was,
I know Davey's bought up. He's bought Joe Bonello stuff. He's bought, I know he's bought, or I don't know what the deal is, but he's got Moto Vert's photo library that he uses a lot. So he's Dick Miller stuff too. He bought Dick Miller stuff.
Right. And I know BJ Smith has bought some stuff, come across some stuff. It's cool to see when it goes to somebody that's an industry guy and then understands the importance of this stuff and where it's at. But it's very disappointing to know that I think sometimes this stuff goes and they sell it to somebody who is just going to put it on some sort of a stock photography thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like, okay, let's just say it's Roger DeCoster photos. And tons of them from lots of photographers who literally, I don't know, it depends on the contracts they had at the time, but a guy like maybe like a David Dewhurst who shot all this stuff and had all his photos or we had half of his photos from a shoot or something like that, maybe that were in the archives and where these things ended up. And, because the different companies, just hot potatoes, it's like different alphabet soup where it goes. So I think they'll pop up someplace or another. Somebody will trip across them. Hopefully they don't get destroyed because there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I think Ken Fott has a lot of photos. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The entire Jeremy McGrath photo file at Dirt Rider was like maybe 3 sheets of slides when I got there. Not
what happened there?
Not like that one and the Greg Albertine one was like Greg Albertine was like 1 sheet. Those ones were just gone.
Yep.
So cool. Good
and
times.
That was at Dirt Rider. That was no easy feat either because they had all that stuff. You gave your stuff to somebody who took care of the archives. So you basically had to sneak in there to steal things.
We had a library. I mean, we had a lot of stuff in that was when I worked on the building in Wilshire, we had a lot of that stuff still there. It had been moved over from the other building that was, God, I don't even remember where that other place was. I went there for a photo shoot once back in the early days, but crazy to think about all this stuff. Yeah. So
anyway, don't mean to hijack your segment.
No, we don't have it. No, this show it's a shit show. we make it up as we go along. Especially when we have a good guest, Chris. It's good to. I haven't talked to you for a while, so you have become an adventure rider.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I use that term lightly. I adventure when I can, for sure.
And you're in Oklahoma now.
Yeah.
And
where all the roads are straight.
Right. But you go places to do more crazy adventures.
Yeah, you have to. Well, actually last year I went to a couple nationals last year and I rode to them. I went to Red Bud and I went to Ironman. So I rode to Indiana and I rode to Michigan. That was pretty wild.
Did you shoot film?
No, wouldn't that have been cool? Film's too expensive, man, and nobody wants film because then you got to scan it, and it's
a lot of work.
It's a hassle.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I kind of followed along and saw some of those photos, and I still see on the Instagrams. Oh, what's your Instagram? Where are you at on Instagram?
My Instagram is Hultner Photo.
Yeah, so
HULTNER Photo.
Yeah, HULTNER Photo. So if you want to see some good old time stuff, every once in a while, Chris will put a picture of me up. It brings a little tear to my eye because I feel like I'm in this we're in this zone that it wasn't easy enough to put our stuff digitally. Like we said, there wasn't a YouTube there, so we couldn't be popular. And then social media and all this other stuff came along, and it was so easy to get there. We were just like, there's going to be this lost zone because if I want to put something up like those photos, those proofs that I just showed you, I have to go get those scanned. I have to scan it, or I can take a picture of it on my phone and pump it up. But that requires me actually opening up a box and taking a picture. And I don't really want to work that hard these days. And if it's Chris's photo, I probably need to give him some photo credit or pay him some money because like I'm stealing his work, even though I sacrificed my body for his work. My body was your work.
Exactly.
So anyhow, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get into Roosterendo. So the way this section works, brought to you by Moto. So our contestants are submitting their photos for a $100 tacomoto.co. That's tacomoto.co, not com, co. They have a lot of cool stuff that they can sell you for your dirt bike, and you're going to get a $100 gift certificate if we choose yours as the recipient of the award. That doesn't mean it's the best bike. Doesn't mean it's the best photo. I think, though, there might be some photography skills critiqued on this particular one. Maybe
some judgments.
Potentially. So the deal is they tell us, they give us their name, the bike, year, make, and model. I think this is kind of important. And they send us a picture and they tell us what they did to it. And then we talk about, we judge them, for lack of a better word.
Right. Okay.
So here we go. Hand me that photo.
So this first one is going to be Jason Miller. Now you're gonna have to hold up to the screen for Chris, because he won't be able to see it when I take this.
That thing is slammed.
So this is a 2020 Beta Cross Trainer 300. He calls it a lowrider. It's set up.
I saw that the minute I looked at the photo. That thing is how tall is he? Does it say any place in his?
This is set up for a 5'0" rider.
5'0".
Wow.
Right. He didn't even throw in 5'0" and 1/4.
No.
He didn't even fudge it.
Well,
he cut that baby down.
I think this is like made for his wife or significant other, because there was a picture of a woman riding it.
Oh, okay.
So factory sprung and lower 2 inches.
You assume that David, what's his name? Jason?
Jason.
You assume that Jason is a man.
Yes. Because Jason has submitted other bikes before.
Oh, he has? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Just checking, because he may have long hair. He may look like a woman.
Yeah.
That is a pretty masculine name, though.
A Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too many chicks named Jason.
Well, in this segment, we're just trying not to be too judgmental until we start talking about the motorcycle.
But you're trying to be judgmental.
It's dirt bikes.
Don't be judgmental without being judgmental.
Right. Okay.
So factory sprung and lowered 2 inches with the BYOB program.
That's bring your own beer for those that don't matter.
I thought it was build your own beta.
Okay, I forgot I was partying.
Bring your own booze is. Yeah. I've never heard of that before. Shaved seat with Seat Concepts cover.
That's
ARC
good.
levers.
Mm-hmm.
KTM 200 EXE clutch spring mod for the trial bike clutch pull.
Right. It's funny because I've heard about this now, and it's something I want to try on the X Trainer. Although, do you have any complaints about the clutch pull on the one that we have?
None. So when I read that, I was thinking, what? That's not a mod that I would have thought is necessary.
So what I want to do now that I hear about this, I want to go out and abuse the crap out of the clutch. Oh, I forgot to talk about the clutch in the KLR 650 on my intro, by the way. I need to bring that up. But I want to abuse the crap out of the clutch and see if there's anything wrong with it, because beta clutches are generally really, really good. But okay, so he's got a mod in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, Cycra full wrap handguards, Enduro Engineering radiator braces, short reach rear brake tip, and it's jetted to perfection.
Did he use electron carb or smart carb or something like that? He didn't say.
No, he didn't mention anything about that.
Because we got some other people telling us about try that as a mod on the bike. I don't have any problems with the jetting. Where does this sit? Chris, what do you think? He's there.
The old boy modded the bike off for sure, but I mean the photo is kind of lazy. Just throwing the thing up against the wall.
He sent two other photos. This is just the one that I picked because I didn't want to show someone.
Was there a better photo? Oh, because you didn't want to show Jason as a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, show that. Can you put that one on the screen?
I can put it on the screen here.
Okay.
Give me a second.
This is going to judge Rooster Endo right here. You got to name it. Okay, so we're gonna put it up it'll come up on the screen, but you won't. Oh, Chris won't even get to see it.
Chris won't be able to see it though.
Hold on.
We can describe it for him. We can describe it for him like we're supposed to describe it for our podcast listeners.
Well, he's working on. That's right, because this is a podcast too, as you know. So the photo now we've put up is the female Jason hauling ass around a turn on a low shutter speed pan shot where he's actually got enough blur into the wheels and the disc rotor, so they're actually a little bit warped. But the entire thing is, I don't see the thing in the photo that's sharp, because that was the one thing I was always taught about a panning photo. Chris, maybe you need to have something in there that's sharp.
Yeah, it seems like an accidental pan. It doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like a purposeful pan.
Right.
I mean, it's almost in focus there.
He's blurred the shit out of the trees in the background and all the other stuff. It looks like a fun trail. We could work on the riding position a little bit, but maybe she's getting ready to launch over a creek is what I'm seeing. But okay,
pop the side view up again. I want to see that.
The side view. Okay.
Yeah, just the one you were showing before.
Just the one of the
just the bike. Yeah.
Just the bike. This is how we don't just take this $100 gift certificate lightly.
I know. I'm trying to help you out here.
Oh, you're looking to see if the gravel is sharp or.
I want to see the bike better because I didn't see it very well when you're holding the picture up. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh wow.
Oh, because you're able to multitask and get it on.
Yeah. I actually pulled up YouTube. Okay.
So all right. I do like the fact that they actually closed the garage door. That's putting some effort into this. The fact
that's more than we get.
The fact that he sent multiple pictures in. I like the Beta X trainer. I like that they specifically set it up. I'm going on Roost on this one.
Oh, it's Roosting.
And it's a bold move not using a bike stand either, I think.
Okay. This one Roost, Mrs. Jason.
I agree.
There we go. So put that in the.
It's Roosting for me too. I think cross trainers are really fun.
Matt's been riding a lot of cross trainer lately. We've got one for our, we're doing a big beginner bike or, beginner novice bike comparison. And so we've been doing a lot of that. What's our next contestant?
Well, this is Derek Keith.
Oh boy, this is he'll be able to see it. Hopefully he can see it on the other show because this is a little tiny photo, Matt.
It's not just because the foot was small.
Whoa. Yeah. He sent us his thumbnail for his Instagram profile, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Derek Keith.
Yes.
He submitted a 2020 FE 350 Taco tricked out from top to the back.
Top to the back.
Yeah.
So how do you go from the top to the back? Do you start at the handlebars
and then
work your way through the motor and then go back? Yeah.
But anyway, he has a Vortex ECU PMB end cap. The reeds are out. The smog has also been deleted, as well as the O2 sensor. Scott stabilizer with BRP mount, Cycra CRM Ultra Bend Pro handguards, Enduro Engineering Extreme skid plate, slave cylinder guard, oversized brake pedal tip as well. All those were Enduro Engineering. Trail Tech, I don't know what he meant to put there. Something from Trail Tech. A Cherubies VSL headlight, KTM coolant recovery tank, Cycra front disc guard, modified Fastway shark fin, KTM swing arm guards.
Modified Fastway shark fin. My question is, how would you modify the shark fin? Do you think he's like Crazy Nate and he just drilled holes in it?
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
I just question.
Yeah.
You got to make it lighter, man. You got to make it lighter.
If the picture were any better, I'd be able to see it, but I'm looking, it's like, everybody says as you get older, your eyes get bad.
This is what it looks.
This is what I'm looking forward to. Cause okay.
Hey, your eyes should have gotten bad by now, Jamie.
Well, they are. I just deny it.
Cause you're pretty old.
Hey, all my friends, like they jokingly buy me, those glasses, those reader glasses and stuff. And I just lose them.
Yeah.
Don't use them yet. I have a hard time like when I'm writing like, filling out checks and things like that. There's a very few times I write anymore. And I realize I can't see what I'm writing. I'm just doing it off of Braille.
You might want to try the readers out.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
is that it?
Polysport engine guard.
I didn't think we were done yet.
No. Husqvarna crankcase guard, a Cherubies X-Grip frame guards, and a Cherubies fork shoe protectors, P3 exhaust guard, Taco air filter upgrade kit, Taco crankcase breather bypass kit, Taco 90-degree fuel fitting with Gulen fill filter disconnect, Dirt Tricks chain adjuster, Dirt Tricks cam chain tensioner, Dirt Tricks dome washer, 20 root beer barrels, and other stuff I spend money at Takomoto on.
Oh, yeah. So he spent a lot of money on taco stuff, which is great. Support takomoto.com. They have if you want to make your Husky as trick as this one, you can go to takomoto.co. Do you notice, Matt, in this photo that backpack is hurt him? And I think I know where he's riding. I'm claiming, maybe someplace in a state that starts with a U. And anyways, it could be Moab-ish. It looks like that, but anyways, if he didn't have
it
that,
doesn't.
if he didn't have that backpack on, or he should have used the spring of the backpack to help get that front wheel, that rear wheel over the thing, because it looks like it's going to catch him. It looks like he's going to catch, and he's in a position where he's going to get chucked forward, and all that weight on his back is going to come tumbling down. So, Chris, you know how we talked about those photos? You got the banger, and then there was something else that happened. I think something else happened. So if what's his name?
Oh, I already put the paper away. Derek.
If Derek's in the chat, can I see the next photo?
Yeah, the next frame.
Yeah,
the next two frames.
The lawn dart one.
Where he used the hand guards and then all the protection and stuff that he got on it. Photo endos. I like how much Taco Moto stuff, but the photo endos, put them on there upside down, because I think that's where he ended up.
Yeah,
it could have happened.
I agree. I'd like to see a better shot of the bike.
That photo, actually, at that point, he could be going forward or backwards.
And we would never know.
And you never know, because it's a photo.
I got to say that riding with a backpack on sucked. I hated it, especially carrying all kinds of heavy photo equipment whenever we go in the hills and ride to shoot photos and stuff.
Yeah.
That sucked. I hated carrying that backpack.
You and Kenny Jones and Drew Rees and you guys were just troopers carrying that stuff around. And I always try to take you to the best photo location, which is probably the worst way to get there.
Probably.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I remember one time you let me ride your clapped out 350. Remember that?
The TTR. The Yamaha.
No, it wasn't. It was a Yamaha. It was a DR.
The Yamaha TT 350 had two carburetors.
Yeah. That thing was fun. I liked it. I could go up hills on that thing in first gear, like hardly any gas at all. That thing was badass.
Yeah,
it was clapped out.
I had it jetted. Oh, it was used pretty hard.
Yeah.
Any bike that I had, you remember my barn? It was just full of bikes.
I know, full of crap.
I rode and kept
crap.
Everything. I just kept. It was like, if it ran, it got ridden. And like I look at a young Carson Brown these days, who's just an Instagram sensation. And I was doing the same thing as him. Like, just whatever I get my hands on, fix it up and ride the wheels off it. I just didn't have a super hot girlfriend that was a pilot, and in her spare time, she shot videos of me all the time. Didn't have that. Carson's killing it.
If Heather would have shot videos of you wouldn't have anywhere to put him anyway back then. So it wouldn't matter.
We shot a lot of videos. I had the Crusty Demons dirt guys go after they heard about my videos. I have some insane videos. Have you ever seen my riding videos, Matt?
No, I need to see these.
Oh, they're like, we put them to music and everything. They were really cool.
As someone who's learning,
you've seen those. Your Langtown collection, dude.
Oh, the Langtown collections are.
You gotta put like all that stuff up on YouTube.
Hey,
man.
some of them are up on YouTube. Actually, my riding videos, I think, got put up on YouTube, and I told the guy to take them down because there's some stuff in there that like, there's some people in there that just shouldn't have been videotaped doing some of the stuff we were doing at the time. But I think they might be up there. I think they're unlisted or they're private or something.
Dude, you should start a YouTube channel of just all your old videos, because you were doing that stuff before Krusty and all that stuff.
Yeah, they heard about the videos that we had. And they'd seen him because some of the guys, the Crusty guys, they lived right above Sheep Hills, and so they'd seen the videos, and they sent some of those guys they're like, hey, can I? They saw him and like, can we use that in a video? And we were hucking bikes off cliffs and doing stupid shit, and yeah.
No, I need to see these as someone who's kind of looking for video inspiration.
Oh, I'll show you some video inspiration. Yeah. Just don't.
Oh man, the commentary is gold too.
Even on the Langtown video,
Jimmy does his own commentary, and it was awesome.
I commentate on the race I was in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nobody else would do it. Me and Gary Martini. Yeah. Okay, back to this damn rooster end up.
Okay.
All
right. So this is from Sean Holden. This is a 2015 KTM 500 EXC.
I have like 3 of those.
Only 3?
Well, of 2015s.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think I have a 2015. I think I have 14s and 13s and 12s, but I have a lot of them.
Okay, so
same thing.
This EXE is featuring Pro Taper bars, double take mirrors, Baja Design XL80 headlight, a sick ass multifunction bar switch, and a tidy tail.
A titty tail?
Tidy tail.
Titty tail. We used to have a co-host, Chris, that mispronounced everything, and one of the best ones was titty tail.
And he had no idea what he said either.
Yeah. He wasn't. He actually said it. The funny thing is, he's at least 16. He said titty tail, and he knew he wasn't supposed to say titty, and so he's like looking around like he's going to get in trouble. Like I don't know what titties are.
All right. Rugged radios, GPR4 steering stabilizer, ODI Rogue lock-on grips, Psycho wraparound handguards, bulletproof designs in rear disc guard, and threaded bar inserts. Seat Concepts tall seat, Pro Moto billet kickstand and rear rack, Enduro Engineering license plate holder, FMF titanium 4.1 silencer and Mega Bomb header, Racetech gold valve springs and shock bladder conversion, Euro tuned, Moto fork wrap LED signals and accessory circuit power relay system, KTM hard parts radiator guards, Fastway foot pegs, a Cherby skid plate and 3.0 gallon fuel tank. Comes with tubeless tires and a Kenda Equilibrium rear and IRC VX40 front.
I tell you what, this guy has hit every,
it sounded like your bike.
Well, but different brands.
Right.
Like he's gone and modified everything that, like, I would say a somebody that would still measure on the scale of being clinically sane would modify without going overboard. He's done all the things. He's hit all the points on this thing. And it's an older bike. It looks like well kept. I'm sure the guy's proud of it. A little bummed on the lighting. He could have.
I kind of like it. It's a little moody. I kind of like it. I want to ride that bike.
Well, I want to ride it too. It's a 500, so you see that road that he's on there, and you could send it. Like you see the tracks there, and you're just like going, it's got some gritty. That tire, the Kenda tire. Notice my shirt too. That Kenda tire will hook up. And the good thing is that tire will hook up so well that it has enough traction to lift the front tire off the ground, so you don't have to worry about the front tire, whatever it is. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question though.
You know what? I'm looking at it on the screen now, and the moodiness comes across because I was going to say he was a little dark in the middle. If he would have just pivoted it on the kickstand and just caught a little more of that side light, Chris, he could have done a lot better.
I'm still liking it because he's out riding just before sunset. You know what I mean?
Low shadows, yep.
And he's having a fucking good time.
Right. You have to be happy.
So, but I have a question though. What do you think of those Acerbis plastic skid plates?
I'm a fan. I go between plastic and then, like, if I'm going to go extreme enduro and just mash the crap out of something, the Acerbis ones are probably just a little bit on the thin side. TM Design Works makes ones that are a little bit thicker, and then there's some aluminum ones, like the Enduro Engineering aluminum ones, that'll probably, if you're a smasher, you should probably look into something like that. But for the average guy, I think these things get the job done. I have them on a few of my bikes, and I'm happy with them.
So if you had a preference between like aluminum or plastic, what would be your go-to all the time?
It depends on the use of the bike. Like I said, if I think if I'm gonna do something that's gonna dent the frame, I'm gonna send it into a rock or smash it where I could dent the frame, and I knew beforehand. And that's what I usually don't know beforehand. I take my bike with my plastic skid plate and I go, oh, it's no problem. And I smash the frame. I would try to go with something a little more robust. Like I said, the TM Design Works or an aluminum one. But if you're just doing normal riding and you're just going to kind of glance off of rocks and things, then that thing's fine.
Yeah.
So you thinking about a plate for your BMW 850?
I've been looking at them. I've been looking at mostly aluminum ones.
Right. And the good thing about that, so the aluminum ones on some of the bikes, especially these KTMs, you can really screw up the handling of the motorcycle. It can bind the chassis and then they make extra noise. They resonate and everything. So, and it's funny on the adventure bike world, you start with the Black Dog Cycle Works ones, which are like the just indestructible, smash it in anything skid plate. And then you can go all the way to their companies that make stuff that's just like jewelry. It's just you're bolting it on for what it looks like. So
yeah, I like utilitarian stuff. I don't like the jewelry stuff. I like the stuff that works and it's going to actually do something.
And I'm so out of the BMW loop anymore. I know TourTech stuff is pretty good on theirs with the BMW stuff. But anyways, this bike roosts.
Yeah,
so?
Yep, for sure.
I think it's a roost as well.
It's a roost. It's a roost.
All right. Last one of the night. This is from Aaron Long, literally submitted 20 minutes before the show.
Oh, so are we running out of submissions? Do we need more submissions for Rooster Endo?
So this was something I thought I had more, but we will need more submissions moving forward. So if you're listening and maybe you've submitted a bike before and you have another one, or
no, we want new submissions.
Yeah.
And the thing is submit them now and you're going to get to the front of the line, because when he puts this post out on social media, we get 100 guys that instantly take the picture of their bike that's for sale and send it to us. And it's a horrible photo, and then we just beat the crap out of it. It happens. It's funny. They have their bike for sale, and we do extra advertising for it. Sounds like Ricky Brabeck trick.
Oh yeah.
He sold 2 bikes off of this show. He submitted
so
to Rooster.
Funny.
He submitted them to Rooster Endo, and then they were gone the next day.
Yeah. He also put his chick in some of those videos. In one of the
Dude,
videos
I sold my clapped out DR650 just as the pandemic was starting, just as we went on lockdown, and I sold it in a half hour. I put it on Craigslist and it sold in a half hour.
That's a really good bike.
I realized that I sold it for way too cheap.
Oh, if you would have waited like a couple months into pandemic, like the
I
price
could have sold it for 3. Yeah, exactly. I had no idea.
Sean Holden, plastic slides better. Is he?
Oh no, Utah Desert Rider, plastic slides better. Sean Holden. It was a sunset ride from 2 weeks ago.
Was Sean? Sean was the other submission?
Sean was the one who just roosted. Yep, he's the 500 EXE.
Yeah. Okay. That's, you know what? Hanging out in the chat room waiting for your bike to come up always pays dividends on the show. Cause I was literally having some I know which one I like for the roosting and stuff. I know which one I like for now I know which one I like for the thing. You know what would be even better if you had your friends on this show, just tell me, Jimmy, you need to pick Sean's bike. It's the best in the chat room. See how you can organize that. Okay. Now keep going.
Hold on. Before I go into this list, Todd, put in the chat, where did you submit it at? And then, anyway, so back to the bike here.
Okay. New bike. Next bike.
Yep. I thought I had the photo all queued up and everything.
Start reading who it is. So our next bike is by Aaron Long. And he says, it's funny because I was looking at the bike and I couldn't tell what it was.
I thought it was a 500 when I first saw it.
I did too. I went 500.
Yeah.
But Aaron Long says, let's see how much hate I can get with my 690. This is my 2016 KTM 690 Enduro. I put 12,000 miles on it and many multi-day trips. And it has a Wings exhaust, Rally Raid intake and filter, Dynojet power commander with custom tube from Cycle Tune for its setup. Wow. Safari tanks in addition to the factory fuel tanks, putting me at 6.9 gallons. That's 0.2 gallons less than a KLR 650, by the way, or more. 0.2 more than a KLR 650. And all the giant lube bags. I know I'm forgetting some things, but it's enough for Jimmy to hate on because it's no Husaberg. It sounds like we've lost sound. You did something and we lost sound.
What? Oh, we should slow sound.
I can
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My headphones seem like they dropped off there. Oh, it's no Husaberg, Aaron. Although I'll tell you what, if there was a single cylinder motor that kind of like reminds me of Husaberg, the KTM 690 motor is it. It's really good. You got to turn the volume down on that damn computer. So, no, I don't hate on your bike that much. I just hate on all KTM 690s in general. It's kind of like, Chris, what are you riding these days again?
BMW 850 GS.
And you told me that, and what was the first sound that came out of me?
I hate that bike. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I wish I didn't wield such a big sword with my hatred for certain bikes. It's not hatred. It's just it's their as the guy who liked the XR400 forever because of its utilitarianness. And now there's bikes that are utilitarian, kind of like the KTM 500, that'll just do a lot of everything.
Yeah,
that are so much better. And then there's this. The KTM 690 tries to fit into this thing. And the fact that you had to bolt on those giant boobies of gas tank to compensate for the small gas tank that they put in the wrong place on a bike that has a chassis that has a hard time doing any sort of sensible handling. Did I just say a bunch of weird stuff about like why I don't like the bike?
Yeah, pretty much.
That
you know
bike,
what though? You know what?
I'll bet you that bike's like a KLR 650 with a rigid chassis right now. Like one that you can actually feel the ground, where the KLR 650, you don't feel anything that's going on underneath you. The bike just goes right over it. So go ahead, Chris.
You know what the best bike in the world is?
The one you're on when you're on it.
Exactly.
I totally agree. I could have fun on Aaron Long's bike, and it would probably for the first 20 minutes. Now I'm trying to think. For the first 20 minutes, I'd be thinking about how I could be on a better bike. And then I would just be.
You could live on this one.
Yeah, but I could.
I mean, look at it.
I could probably put the same amount of shit on a KTM 500.
Yeah, that's true.
And be happier. I did that tour of Idaho on one that was but you know, hey, no, I don't hate your bike. I think you've built an adventure bike that's pretty damn capable. I mean, you can go a long ass ways with that much gas in that bike. You've figured out how to get your bags on it. It's got a lot of stuff. Are we going to throw one more in here?
Yeah, normally we do 5, so
okay,
we'll get the 5th one in here.
No, man, I appreciate the DIY-ness of it for sure.
Yeah, he's taken it and turned it into what he wants, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, he probably is envious of everybody else that has an extra cylinder. That you know,
you know what? When I had my DR650, I wasn't. I loved that bike. The bike was great.
Yeah,
you know, I put a bigger tank on it. I did. You know, I had my rack on it and everything. I put new bars on it.
It's coming down to the poor quality backlit photo that was shot during 3:00 in the afternoon. It's going to cause it to, you know what? Since I just want to prove that I don't just hate. I'm going with Roost on this one.
Oh, is it going next to the 570?
No,
I'm going Endo.
Oh, you're going Endo?
Yeah, I'm a nice neutral on this one.
You're neutral?
I'm nice.
You can't
and neutral.
be neutral.
I'll lean towards the Roost.
You'll lean towards Roost because you don't want this guy to hate you because he has your email address.
No, he actually DM'd Dirtbike has Facebook.
Oh.
Which is why when Todd said I DM'd it on Facebook, I'm like, oh, you did. And that is when I pulled up his message.
Okay. Well,
I'm only going Endo because I already have a favorite.
Okay. It's going to be a light Roost just because I want to prove that I don't hate every KTM 690.
Yeah. So
Husky 701. Gas has I don't know what number did they give the gas.
All right, we'll bust through this one really quickly.
Same bike. Okay, Todd Kelly. Same.
All right, so Todd Kelly, let me get his photo already. So it is a 2016 KTM 500 EXCF.
Okay, we have a front disc guard alert. Front disc guard alert.
Okay,
everybody.
So the photo, it's not that grainy. Okay.
It's not that grainy.
This is the replacement build to his WR450 and the Christini that he's been sending us questions about.
Oh, I remember. Now I remember. See, Todd comments a lot and stuff like that. And Todd goes overboard on his builds. I mean, he's a bike builder. He literally, he's worried about every color and every detail and everything. It's just exactly the opposite of me when it comes to bike building. But there's nothing wrong with that.
So
no, that looks pretty badass.
He bought this bike with 240 hours on it, and it had been super motoed for most of its life. He did a cosmetic refresh on the bike, and just about everything has been touched. A Cherubies 3.1 tank, billet intake filter, billet quick disconnect fuel filter, 90-degree fuel elbow, dual sport fuel rail, Recluse EXP with the Jimmy Lewis settings, Seat Concepts tall seat, FMF factory 4.1.
Do you think that Recluse thing was an ass kiss?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
100.
Oh, good. It's going up on my list.
Bulletproof designs, radiator guards, TM.
It's just working its way up the roost factor here.
TM design skid plate and chain slider, Cycro Pro Bend handguards, Ape Racing flex handlebars, ODI lock-on grips, Adventure Rally X nav tower, Trailtech Voyager Pro with the primary bike info and backup GPS, a TomTom Rider 550, which is his primary GPS, a swing arm tab protector, front and rear disc guards, rear brake disc guards.
Was front capitalized, all caps?
It was.
Yeah.
Don't you dare auto endo this bike, Jimmy.
Auto endo.
Oversized front rotor, custom graphics kit, KKE wheels, and rear dual ring sprocket, S3 oversized foot pegs, Tusk kickstand, suspension set up by Stillwell Performance in Scottsdale, Kenda K270 rear tire, Protrax front, tubeless system, second stock wheels setup with Mooses and Parker DTs, tidy tail, fork wrap hand signals, fork wrap turn signals, and the list could go on, but those are the highlights.
Hey, Todd, as a longtime listener to this show and everything, you could have at least wrote out titty tail instead of tidy tail.
I was just thinking that.
You could have just wrote it out just to make it hard on whoever has to read these things. That bike looks sick. Did he say it was at Moto Minded? The rally tower thing? Did he mention?
No, he just said Adventure Rally.
Adventure Rally. Okay,
Adventure Rally X nav tower.
Okay, so it's a different company. Yeah. That's a pretty stout little setup. That thing looks really nice. Did he say what kind of tires on there? It looks like he has the dual sport tire that's a big favorite of Trevor Hunter.
Kenda K270 rear tire.
Yep. Oh man, that you know what? There's a couple things I don't like. Front disc guards are one of them. So you had me at front disc guard. It was pretty much going over the handlebars at that point. But to fill out the back with Trevor Hunter's favorite tire that him and his crazy ass partner Hayden love running, and they don't realize how much time they're losing every time they go down a straightaway because of that tire. And if they would just learn about traction, as opposed to spinning all the time, learn about traction and not wreck their tires, and then take some advice I gave him well over a year ago about how to make them last longer, which his dad, kid can't call. Trevor's dad called today and asked for help about this. And I'm like, I told the kid a year ago, and he's like, my kid doesn't talk to me. I'm like, welcome. Guess what? You're the most unimportant person in your kid's life, Dad. Guy that bought all the bikes and still sponsors them, lets them live at home, all that stuff. We're back to Todd Kelly now. I hate. Oh, Kenda Equilibrium, bro. I know you run on the rocks in Arizona, and that you can run that Equilibrium with a moose in there and just slay the rocks all day long. He even went and got green grass in Arizona to take that photo. I like everything about it except for the disc protector and the wheels, and unfortunately I hyper focus on stuff. So, and I'm going to have to say that you guys get to choose. Endo. Whoa.
Yeah.
Why, Matt?
It's a light endo.
It's a light endo.
Why? So it's because he needs. I'm not liking the graphics that much.
Know what, Todd? You made Matt do extra work. I see it. He's one of these young kids that doesn't like working that hard, and you called him out on his mistake. So already he's against you because he should have had this in the list. He had to go dig it up. Now he had to go work hard to get it up here, and then now he's taking it out on you. So blame Matt for anything else that happens.
It's a light endo,
Chris.
I think it's a beautiful bike. I like it. I would say Roost, but I would be afraid to drop it.
Oh,
so it's not my favorite, but I think I like the effort that he put into it. It's a beautiful bike. So I would definitely say roost, but I'd be afraid to drop the thing.
That's okay. No, you can roost it.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to get to ride all these brand new bikes all the time. And I used to worry about because if it was my bike, I would actually put some clear over the graphics so it wouldn't get scratched up. And I'd be worried about the first scratch or the first crash and everything. I got so numb to that. To where it was like, and I jokingly said,
that's exactly what I'm saying. You want to ride a motorcycle, you don't want to be afraid to tip it over and scratch it up. You know what I mean? So, you want to be able to ride the thing.
Kind of whatever Todd's done to this thing. It's one of those things where I don't ever look at the bike when I'm riding. It's all about how it functions. And when these guys send these things in, I actually try to put myself on the bike and think about all the stuff they do. And it kind of goes beyond the looks. And because I don't look at people used to tell me you're going to really wear that gear. And I'm like, oh, I don't have to look at it. Hey, do you remember the Yoko gear, Chris?
Oh, I love that stuff.
The Yoko gear that would be purple and it'll leave a purple ring around my neck and a ring around my.
Yeah, that's because they use illegal sublimation processes in other countries to make those things. Yeah,
right. Yeah, that was where they thought that sploot was only because the stuff came out of my nose and my face, but it secreted in my entire body and it could remove ink from gear.
Dude, I always liked the MSR gear that you wore back then. I always liked MSR gear. I thought it would look cool.
It worked good for photos. It was, and that was one of the reasons that I got in so many pictures and stuff. Because every time I'd show up, I'd have every colorway, whatever color you needed, I was ready to go. And I could look, and they had MSR and they had high point at the time, so I could switch into high point. I could do different gears, and I just remember then they quit advertising because they didn't pay their bills. And then I got banned.
Yeah.
And then they went under and they owed me a lot of money. So
it happens.
Hey Todd, I think it roosts. I'm going against Matt. I like the fact that you called him out on his mistake. I think the bike roosts. It's definitely right up there. It's right in between these other two that roost.
So I should clarify what my problem with it. It's not necessarily the graphics. It's the blue hubs with these graphics. They clash.
Whoa, that's deep. Yeah,
I said, it's a beautiful bike. He put a lot of effort into making it look good, and that to me,
yeah. Well, obviously he polished a turd because he got it with a lot of miles on it, put some effort into it. He's submitted a few other bikes that are really good. Hey, Todd, have you ever won before? Kind of curious. Rick thinks yours wins. And then Sean, I got one of his friends to say that his won. So we're activating the armies right now.
I have my winner picked.
Yeah, me too.
Mitch says he can call if he can win. Hey, it's
I think that ship has sailed.
Hey, $100 is $100. So
yeah,
it's all good here. What? Okay, Chris.
Hold on. This is actually tough trying to pick a winner.
It is?
I thought I had one, but now that I think about it.
Okay, what was your pick?
For me, it was Sean, but now I feel bad because I picked on Todd's bike.
Sean is in this KTM here.
The KTM 500, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man, sometimes you just got to go with what your gut says.
Yeah.
Honestly, my gut says this. This is the way I'm thinking about it right now. And I look at Todd's bike and he's got all the stuff on it. He's already got all the stuff. And I look at this bike and he has a lot of stuff, but I bet you that $100 would go to something that's really useful and practical and good.
Like the underwater kit.
On the underwater kit?
Yeah, the snorkel kit.
No, he's riding. Well, it's not like Jimmy. He doesn't ride into a beaver dam and sink his bike. This guy's smarter than that.
People have been calling for photos of this.
There's photos.
Nice.
There's photos of me standing. Well, they're not that good because my friend wouldn't get that deep in the water to shoot the photos.
Oh,
but I'll see if I can get some photos. And Todd, I've even called in. We got to hook Todd up with something. What size T-shirt are you, Todd? Let me know, and we'll see if we can dig out some DBT T-shirts for you. Because I'm going with Sean.
Sean Holden. Yeah, reach out to me, Matt.
The Beeve, you think for Sean also?
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all because the photo was shot in late afternoon light. That little bit of extra effort.
I I like the bike and the location.
Hey, if you want to ride one of these, Chris, come on out to Nevada in the winter when it's colder. Come on out.
Yeah.
You bring your helmet, and I've got everything. We can go for a putt. Actually, we need to go for an adventure ride. We need to go out and go adventure riding. And I got my new Yamaha Tenere, got my T7, and I'm ready to go. That? Love it. It's kind of funny because I'm kind of comparing it right now to the KLR 650, and they're 100% completely the two opposite bikes that could ever be, because the Tenere is like all about like performance and comfort, and the KLR is about not performance and comfort. and I'm not saying that in the bad way. It's like if
they accomplish very different goals.
They accomplish the same
KLR
thing.
are you talking about? Are you talking about the KLR 650? Oh my God, the thing's a tank.
Oh, it's a push.
It's the best adventure bike ever made.
We went drag. That's what we did. Me and Matt went out 100-degree weather, and we drag raced it against a KTM 390. And it really depends on what gear you're in, which bike wins. Who won the final drag race? You did, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, because it pulled, because it has 6-speed transmission.
Yeah,
and so it could pull a little bit better in a couple of the gears, but it was like dead even. And I knew this when I was riding it. I go, this thing feels like it's about the same speed as a KTM 390. But
yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, come to Southern Arizona and let's go ride. Is what he's inviting George for a ride. I don't know if you want to invite George over to your house.
He's inviting you.
Oh, me? Yeah. He wants a George sticker. Well, George, when you come over to the house, you can get his T-shirt and drop a sticker in the bag, and we'll get that all sorted out.
Yeah.
So he wants tires. I don't have any tires to give away. Tires are hard to get right now. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's starting to come back. Things are doing really good, getting better. So that's it. So you're going to handle getting Sean his Taco Moto information. Reach out to Matt, and he will get you hooked up with that. Matt, also, if you didn't notice, which I didn't, you didn't have the screen running on the first half of the show.
Did not.
Screen behind us. And it was like, I kind of figure out how you were talked about the lighting, how you were stoked on the new lighting.
Yeah.
And you completely forgot about the screen.
Yeah.
Always something.
I was chasing perfection, and I dropped the ball.
The ball of perfection.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thanks for coming on the show. It was awesome to have you kind of reminisce about the old days. I get a kick out of it. And Todd Selly says, no, I don't want tires from you. That's what the 100 would have gone towards. Oh.
That would have been like part of one tire.
No, you can get Candace. You can get Candace pretty inexpensive.
You can get one tire.
Yeah, there's all kinds of deals on tires. But Rick says you did a kick-ass job on the show, Chris. Most of our co-hosts get pissed off and leave within 20 minutes.
Do they really?
No.
All right.
No,
they probably should. So anyway, follow Haltner Photo on Instagram to check out what Chris is doing.
I'm going to follow him right now.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out here and get him out here and ride some dirt bikes. Maybe we'll go do a banging photo shoot. Actually, you know what you should do? You should come out and see because a lot of times I shoot photos of these kids. And I'm trying to teach them how to do stuff. And so I know how to shoot just horribly with the camera, but I can do it. But I know how to do both sides. I can be on the front or the back of the camera, whichever it is. And half the time I just get my arms can't flap up and down, and I can't yell enough. And so I'm just like, hold this. And I hand them the camera and I say, point it at me. And I go, And if they can push the button at the right time, and we're in Pahrump, Nevada, so most of these kids can shoot guns, so they kind of get it. Mm-hmm. They can shoot, they can push it, and they get the photo. I'm like, why can't you do that? Remember those days? Yeah, I learned a little bit of stuff from everybody I was around, and some of that's unfortunate. So good times. We will. Do you have any cool stuff coming up? You're going to Wyoming or Montana? Yeah, I'm going on a big ride next week going up to Wyoming. Going to stay in Jackson and go from there and ride around Yosemite and Idaho and Wyoming and all kinds of cool stuff. Yellowstone with my mom. Yeah, Yellowstone. What did I say? Oh, yeah, Yosemite. Yeah, it
Yellowstone.
starts with the Y or something like that.
Same. Gonna go look at some buffalo.
Yeah.
Yellowstone. You're right.
Nice.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Awesome. We'll say hi to the wife and the now adult kids that were just like little grommets back in the day.
Right. Yeah. That happens fast.
And we will see you like everybody else. Hopefully we'll see everybody out in the trail. Thanks to all the guys that are chiming in on the chats. If you're, again, I have to tell everybody, if you're listening to this on a podcast, share it. If you're watching on the YouTube, share it, make comments, get your things in for the questions in for next week, because we didn't even answer your questions because Chris's stories were too good.
They were too
good.
That's okay. Yeah. Blame Chris. Yeah. Blow him up on Instagram. Okay, everybody.
All right, man.
Well, cheers. We'll see you around.
Thank you.